No, the party has been very supportive and indeed I tried to stand down in 2011 after our best ever Assembly outcome. But the party colleagues told me that there were still challenges that I needed to lead the party through. Again, when it came to May of this year, the party asked me to stay on until we could stabilise the Assembly. So far from pushing me out, they have been asking me to stay on. But there has to come a time when it is appropriate to hand over, and I think that moment has arrived.
Again, with Dr Paisley, he said, I suppose, that power sharing with Sinn Féin would have been his legacy, David Trimble's legacy, perhaps the Good Friday Agreement. What about yours?
Well, you can look to the devolution of policing injustice and circumstances that nobody thought it would ever happen in Northern Ireland, to devolved institutions with parties so polarised as the Northern Ireland parties had been. You could look to the more recent agreement that we had that stabilises the Assembly. You could look to the fact that we now have all parties in Northern Ireland agreeing to end paramilitarism, to end the structures of paramilitarism, to take action against the criminality within paramilitary groups. All of those things were not conceivable years ago. On local issues, of course, the fact that we now have the ability to set our own rate of corporation tax and have decided to do that from 2018 and set it at 12.5%, those are game changers in terms of the economy of Northern Ireland.
What about challenges that you'd rather not have happened? Those pesky allegations of corruption and your wife stepping down from politics. How do you look back on those?
Well, I think that anybody who gets to my level of politics is going to have people who will get the crosshairs on their back, and that's always going to happen. And the real test isn't what's thrown at you, it's how you deal with those situations. I've been exonerated. Nobody has ever been able to get anything to stick against me because I have a record of public service. If I'd wanted to have a future that was based on getting funds for myself, I'd have been in business long ago, because I've had many offers in the past which would have been much more lucrative and which would have been much less damaging on my health.
And you feel that family members have always supported you as much as they should have?
Both the family and the party have been very supportive throughout my political career. It could not have been done without them. And this party is very much a family party. It doesn't operate on the same basis as many others. I can be absolutely certain that the next leader of the party will get the same loyalty that I have been given throughout the years that I have led the party. And that person can be absolutely certain that they will have my support as well.
I'm fascinated, while we've got you, I just want to ask you, what was your relationship like with Martin McGuinness once the cameras were off?
We've had a very good relationship. I had in the past referred to it as being professional, but I think that probably doesn't fairly represent the fact that we were able to get on very well. We were able to talk about issues and resolve matters that have been intractable in the past. There are many members of Sinn Féin that I think it would have been difficult for me to work with, but we've had a good working relationship. And I think throughout those years, I can't recall any stand-up rows that we had. We respected that we came from very different positions. We also understood that we both had constituency interests that we had to protect. Probably the odd couple we might be referred to in political terms because we are so different in terms of our background, in political ideology and religious background, cultural interests. All of those things are very different, but we have still managed to take Northern Ireland forward.
Yeah, he describes you as a friend. How would you describe him?
Well, I think you cannot work with somebody for the length of time that I have worked with Martin without building up a friendship. We have a lot of common interests outside of politics. So while we're brought together upon issues that we disagree, we're both avid supporters of football teams and sport, and we have a lot of common interests. And I think that's probably one of the things that encourages us in the role of trying to build reconciliation within our own community. There are people who look across walls at each other who, if they were to get to know each other better, would realise that they have so much in common, and perhaps more in common than they have that divides them.
So you'll take that friendship with you out of office, presumably. What else are you going to do? How are you going to fill your time?
Well, he's threatening to take me fishing, which I think is probably at the low end of my expectations. I don't know. I haven't planned for the future. You can't really with the job that I'm in. But when I get the opportunity to sit down, there are a number of opportunities, obviously, that I have, and I'll have to consider what's best.